Hello and welcome to Gamedog Saga. Today, we will be talking about the story of Champion Jeep. Throughout the history of the sporting American Pit Bull Terrier, no single dog has made quite the impact as Garrett's Champion Jeep, and that being the combination of not only his wordiness as a supreme pit dog, but the ultimate supremacy of his reproduction. Jeep was bred by James Crenshaw and sold to James Garrett as a young dog, and was campaigned and brought to notoriety by James Garrett, assisted by James Crenshaw. Jeep achieved his fourth win over Ozzie Stevens' Champion Homer. This fight making history, for the caliber of these two dogs meeting in the pit is unusual in itself. Although Jeep the victor, Homer in his own rights had proved to be just as good a combat dog, and both dogs were truly entitled to the legacy that they have earned through this match. Now that the formidable worth of Jeep has been established, we will go on to the greatest asset this dog ever possessed, and that was his ability to reproduce a staggering figure of champions, one grand champion, and numerous 1- and 2-time winners. The conversation at many conventions always leads to great dogs, and a dispute of which bloodlines are the best to utilize to get the highest percentage of game and winning dogs. I have often heard this one statement being passed when Jeep's name is brought up, as to his high figure on the ROM list, and that is, well, look how many bitches Jeep was bred to create the amount of champions he has sired. My answer to those dogmen is this: take 3 major pit dogs that are from outstanding bloodlines, such as STP's Grand Champion Buck, STP's Champion Turo, and Burton's Grand Champion Hank, as these 3 were considered exceptional pit dogs, and many utilize these 3 different bloods for the sole purpose of producing or establishing new lines from them. All 3 lived approximately to the same age, which was 10 years. 2 were campaigned approximately at the same time, and died not too far apart, that being Champion Turo and Grand Champion Hank. Hank made his pit history prior to theirs, but was bred as many times as Jeep, if not more. Grand Champion Buck, probably second to Hank in the amount of breedings, and Toro, who was bred to 23 different bitches during this period. The fact is, all 3 of these great dogs combined together produced half the number of champions as Jeep has. So, common sense will tell you how many champions doesn't hold water. In retrospect, dogs like Champion Homer, Grand Champion Art, and Tombstone, who were bred limited amounts of time and were still able to produce high-quality dogs, should also be considered. Certain dogs should be on the ROM list, considering the number of times they have been bred, like Jeep, Buck, Yellow, Frisco, and Mayday, to name a few. Some of these crosses, which are well known, where Jeep created some great dogs, and the blood seems to click the best, are Jeep Red Boy and Jeep Rascal. Champion Jeep was born in August 1976 on the yard of James Crenshaw in the famous litter of Finley's Champion Beau to Crenshaw's Champion Honey Bunch ROM. That produced 4 champions. The most famous of the 4, of course, was Champion Jeep. But there was also Crenshaw's Champion Charlie, who was said to have been a better pit dog than Jeep, Champion Missy, who is seen in a lot of pedigrees today, and Sweatman's Champion Holly, who is said to be a terrible biter with lots of ability. This was a great litter that was made once for reasons that I don't know. Champion Jeep is believed by many to be one of the best match dogs of his time. He defeated Pilot's Champion Kato at 43 pounds in 28 minutes. Cooper's Weenie also at 43 pounds in 58 minutes. Stinson and Stepp's Black Dog, who was said to be a 3-time winner at 42 pounds, in 2 hours and 5 minutes. And for his 4th and final match, he went into Ozzie Stevens' Champion Homer at 43 pounds, and he won in 3 hours, 45 minutes. This was one of those classic matches that history is made from. 2 great game dogs met, and only one could win. One created a legacy, and the other a dynasty. Thank you all for listening to this episode of Gamedog Saga. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more episodes in the future. I am just a fan and an armchair historian of this wonderful breed. This video should be treated as hearsay, and has been fabricated for entertainment purposes only. Stay safe and scratch on.